10 at 10 starts now with breaking news.
Breaking news, a driver is killed and a Council Bluffs police officer is injured following an accident on I-29. It happened this evening near 25th Street. Officials say Council Bluffs officer Josh Horner was inside his police cruiser when he was rear-ended by another vehicle. The driver of that vehicle was taken to an Omaha hospital but sadly died. No word yet on Officer Horner's condition. The name of the deceased will be released as soon as family is notified. Stay with WWT as we continue to update this story. And another serious crash to tell you about this afternoon. A wreck results in a man and a woman getting their legs amputated. It happened in the area of I-80 and 480 just after 3 p.m. Investigators say the man and woman were standing on the shoulder of the road as their car was being towed. That is when an oncoming driver lost control of their car and struck them. Both are in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The man lost both of his legs. The woman had one leg amputated. Investigators believe snowy weather and reckless driving are to blame. And as you've seen, the snow has been the story of the day in the metro, playing a part in many of those crashes. Meteorologist Brad Sugden joins us now for what we can expect the rest of the night. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Don. I'm going to start off by showing you a time lapse here. This is the JFK southward of Omaha down toward the Chandler Road exit there, and you can see that it didn't take long for the snow to start accumulating on the roads, especially the shoulder of the road. So if anyone veered just a little bit, well, they could lose control of their vehicle pretty easily. And a lot of the bridges are snow covered still at this hour, but city plows are out trying to get those taken care of. Now, we saw still in this narrow band of snow right over the Omaha Metro. Notice rain showers down to the south, but the snow is ongoing here, and it is expected to for at least the next hour or so. We're not really seeing any mixing in Bellevue yet, but again, the radar just having a little trouble distinguishing between what's going on out there. But again, some moderate snow still ongoing. We have had reports of anywhere between 1 and 3 inches, and that's all moving off to the northeast. And again, we'll continue to do so for the next couple of hours. Temperature-wise, we're right at the freezing marker, about 1 degree above. So some of this is melting as it hits the ground, but we are still seeing accumulations because it is falling rapidly. As we go throughout the rest of the night, hour by hour here, you can see it does start to wrap up by the early morning hours. Southeastern areas are going to hold on to some rain even into Sunday morning, and then after that we're going to start to melt this off, Don, and before you know it, it's going to be a thing of the past. But we're talking another major cool down coming our way in terms of temperatures. That information is in the hour-by-hour forecast.
All right, well, thanks for tracking that, Brad. New tonight, a benefit to honor a family that has been through so much tragedy. 6 members of the Spear-Perez family were killed in a house fire in late October. Colin Ruane continues our coverage with a look at what remaining family members hope for moving forward.
Everyone likes chili.
Serving the community in light of a horrible tragedy.
I was excited about it, so that's why we're here. All the families are here, so it's great.
Excited for this chili feed, an opportunity to show support for the Spear-Perez family. Jolynn Lehan's son, Mike, was one of the 6 killed in a tragic house fire back in October. Since then, support has come in from all over.
We want to thank the community and all the fire departments of Cass County for coming out and helping, and the support from the community has been amazing.
It's just been very emotional. We've had a lot of outsiders supporting us and helping us with this.
A benefit not to raise money for the family, but to help the community and keep them safe.
It's just something we felt necessary to try and raise some money to help the community with smoke detectors or any other fire safety.
Giving back, it's something the family has done its best to do too.
We're able to give back $10,000 to the Cass County Mutual Aid to help in any kind of training or smoke detectors or whatever they want to use that money for.
All in hopes of lending a helping hand, even in their time of grief.
Everybody's loving and caring and offering their support to everyone.
And anyone who went to tonight's benefit was able to make at-will donations and were also able to buy T-shirts supporting the family. They also actually had these koozies here that say "Cheers to the Spears," and I actually want to read the back of this for you. It says, "Live for today, love every moment, learn from yesterday, and hope for tomorrow." Now, another family member I spoke to off camera tells me it's really the support that has helped the family the most during this difficult time. In the newsroom with photographer Cody Tromler, I'm Colin Ruane, WOWT 6 News.
All right, we continue to keep that family in our thoughts and prayers. Also new tonight, we're told on Thursday afternoon, UNO Public Safety received a report of offensive graffiti. A swastika and racist slurs were located in a bathroom inside the Arts and Sciences Hall by a faculty member. The chief of public safety tells us tonight once the report was made, an official investigation was opened and the graffiti in question was promptly removed. UNO Public Safety is asking that anyone with information please call 402-554-2648. And new at 10, the latest after a deadly warehouse fire out of Oakland, California overnight. A couple dozen people thought to be missing have been located. Fire crews say they have only been able to recover 4 bodies from the building because of structural damage. At least 9 are confirmed dead after the fire broke out during a concert. Planning and building officials say the venue was only permitted for use as a warehouse. It had recently been under investigation for blight and structural problems before this deadly fire.
This is a devastating scene. This is complicated, and it is going to take us time to do the methodical, thorough, and professional investigation that these families deserve to find out what in fact happened.
We have begun the search. We had to actually stop to shore up the building because when we went in there, we began to see some of the walls and some of the structure move. So we had to pull our people out. At this time, we've only been able to recover 1 decedent from that scene.
We're told the city permit was not issued for that large party that was held at the warehouse when the fire broke out. The city has now started investigating whether people lived in the warehouse illegally in the weeks before Friday's deadly fire. Over on the East Coast, another raging blaze engulfed at least 8 buildings in Cambridge, Massachusetts this afternoon. It damaged 11 total structures, destroying 8, and burned several parked cars. No residents were hurt, but officials say 6 first responders suffered minor injuries. It's reported about 60 residents have been displaced and will be assisted by the Red Cross. Omaha police need help catching a man that robbed a Pizza Hut today. It happened just before 10 this morning at the Pizza Hut on South 24th Street. Employees say they were outside the restaurant when a man in a ski mask approached them with a gun, demanded money. The employees gave it to him, then he fled on foot. He's described as 5'9" and he was wearing a blue parka. If you know anything, you're asked to contact Omaha police. The Nebraska Department of Correctional Services tells us tonight 2 inmates that were accidentally paroled are back in custody. The department says they did not adjust the sentences of 2 inmates after new sentencing laws were passed. Marcus Epp was sentenced for domestic assault and other charges in April and was paroled last month. Robert Munson was sentenced in May of 2016 for attempted possession of a controlled substance, among other charges. The department says they are investigating this mistake. In Louisiana, a deputy was shot and the man who shot him is dead following a standoff. Police say the officer-involved shooting was the result of a domestic disturbance at a home in Metairie. Deputy Nicholas Songi then encountered the suspect in the backyard and gunfire was exchanged, where he was struck in the thigh. Police say the suspect took off and was later found inside another home. That's where the suspect was ordered to drop his weapon. But instead, he raised it and pointed at police. That is when he was fatally wounded. Songi is expected to make a full recovery. Iowa lawmakers on Capitol Hill are making a renewed push to pass legislation that would make the Cedar Rapids flood project a reality. This after the region recently escaped major damage from the 2nd highest crest on the Cedar River. Time is running out to get the project funded. Samantha Joe from our exclusive D.C. Bureau has the story.
Lawmakers are racing to finish a major water infrastructure bill that includes provisions for the Cedar Rapids flood project.
We'd like to see the Water Resource Development Act bill passed. We are hopeful we can get that done in the lame duck session.
Iowa Senator Joni Ernst says she's in constant communication with the Army Corps of Engineers, pushing to get this project on the radar before it's too late.
We would much rather be proactive and prevent damage than try and get those recovery dollars after the fact.
Representative Dave Loebsack says the Iowa delegation has to get creative to secure funding for the project.
There are other things that we need to try to do to make sure that that funding happens, whether that's changing how the Corps of Engineers determines the priorities or whatever the case may be.
In 2014, Congress approved the Cedar Rapids Flood Project, which would build permanent flood walls along the Cedar River to prevent flooding. But the Obama administration never included the project in its budget. Congressman Rod Blum says he's confident that will change with a new administration.
President-elect Trump taking office in January, having a Republican administration, I'm very hopeful that we can get that Cedar Rapids flood wall project funded.
It's not just funding for Cedar Rapids that's tied up in this major water resources bill. Also at stake, aid for Flint, Michigan residents poisoned by contaminated water. Lawmakers here tell me they're confident a deal will come together by the end of this week. In Washington, Samantha Jo Roth reporting.
An exciting day in North Omaha as the brand new Fair Deal Cafe off of North 24th Street opened their doors. Today, customers got a chance to get hot breakfast or check out the fresh food options at the Fair Deal Market. It was certainly busy with many crowded tables and happy guests. Managers tell us they're planning a second phase to the project. Those details have yet to be revealed. The shops are now open almost daily. For more information, just log on to WOWT.com and click the link to this story. Coming up, all the fun at the holiday market this weekend.
The snow is ongoing and it's continuing to cause problems on area roadways, but the good news is, as fast as it came, it's going to leave in the same fashion. You're taking a live look outside at 35th and Farnham, where the snow is starting to cover the roads. Your weather is coming up in just a little bit. You're watching WOWT 6 News live at 10.
With all of this snow, it's making it easier to bring in the holiday spirit, like stopping down at the holiday market. The holiday market is up and running at Exarban Village. Inside, we found a number of unique vendors, including Prairie Barn out of Bennington, offering locally made beauty products like face creams, lotions, and soaps. It's the perfect place to enjoy the season and shop for Christmas presents.
I just love Christmas, and I love families, and Santa Claus, the music, and then I've been doing this since day one, and even one of my clients, they had a baby, so every year I get to see this new baby grow up, this little girl, and so so that's neat.
And don't worry if you missed out on today's Christmas fun. The holiday market at Exarban Village is open again Sunday morning from 10 to 5 in the afternoon. If you plan on going to the grocery store, remember to pick up items for our WOWT NBC Omaha Holiday Food Drive. It'll be on December 7th. Now that's this coming Wednesday. We'll be out there collecting donations in the parking lot of Baxter Arena. The drive lasts all day long from 5 in the morning until 10 at night. And it all benefits the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry. We encourage you to help us fill their shelves with everything from food and coffee to hygiene products and diapers.
That is also our holiday food drive. Also a little bit of snow on there, but the snow looks very light on Wednesday as well. So kind of more just inconvenient than anything, and it's gonna be cold on Wednesday.
Those tire tracks, you're patrolling the area. We're watching you.
I saw you. I saw several of you hit that guardrail.
Okay, everybody drive safe out there.
Yeah, slow down.
Thanks, Brad. Later in sports, Jeff Packer will have all the highlights of UNO basketball's big victory coming up.
There, they win 7-4. So lots of indoor sports like we talked about earlier. We want to stay away from that snow.
Yeah, I went to my first Mavs game a couple weeks ago. It's a good show.
Oh, it's great. They put on a great atmosphere over at Baxter.
Yeah, I know the guy that flies the blimp.
I do. That's the guy to know right there.
All right, well, thanks, Jeff. Yeah. All right, well, we'll wrap things up as soon as we come back from this commercial break. All right, thanks for watching.
WOWT 6 News is